Hey everyone. I swear I do this every time. I just looked at the clock and I'm almost positive it said it was like 3:20 something, but I just took my medication earlier and I recall thinking it was like 3:25 then, so somewhere between say 3:30 and 3:45 in the afternoon on Saturday the 9th of March 2024. Today is day 800, everyone. 800 days of making videos. Like, pat on the back, go me. I know it's not exactly 800 full in a row, but you know what? One I did by accident. 4 needed to happen on whole different many levels, and the other ones, you know, I'm someone who can sleep for 36 hours, so what can I say? I don't count, because if I'm not awake, you know what I mean? Anyway. My lovely ear tasker is here. I think I'm doing a wonderful job of really everything it is that I try not to do a lot of the times, because I'm really probably coming across as quite insane, I'm thinking, because I'm very hypo today. I've had a number of conversations with my wonderful friend Stammy, who is the one I'm going on the road trip to, right? And I've met her friend via video, and I'm absolutely over the moon. Like, I just want to get in my car and go, yeah. But I cannot get back to my house this way. It has to be done, yeah. Same as the computer stuff. Like, oh my god, everything hurts my head, yeah. So my lovely little ear tasker is in my living room with Boss on the computer doing whatever it is. I feel like I'm going fast, so it's going to be interesting watching this back to see if I actually am. Definitely going faster than I was this morning, because, oh yeah, that's right, I've just clicked or something. I was saying to my ear tasker, and this is what I mean about doing a really good job of proving that might be mad. I feel like I'm a little bit mad today, and you know what? I think a little bit crazy is okay. Who am I kidding? I think a little bit of crazy is okay. I still sometimes think I should have got the word. And now that I'm even saying that, I'm like, I still have the upper lip, yeah? Like, because if you're new to my channel, and please subscribe if you are. Thank you to all of you out there who have. I believe I'm at 427 or 428 subscribers. Thank you. You're amazing. My stories are all over the place, but this is life, right? As I will say, and I'm starting to think I might get my own motto tattooed on me, considering this is something that I've now done for 800 days and have zero intention of ever stopping. In fact, I actually told my psychiatrist about it today for the first time. Cut to the end of the fucking Zoom call. I got a new prescription. I'm starting to think it might be right time to try it. I asked my doctor, my lovely doctor, to please prescribe me Xanax, and she said no. So I asked my psychiatrist, and he said yes. And so I have got all my meds that I needed filled in front of me. Box 2, as we know, is done. Yes. So I went back to my normal pharmacy today as well, the one that I was always going to in the whole Webster pack crap, right? Anyway, back there, because this poor woman was just telling me she was like verbally attacked 3 days in a row by the same person who just kept coming back to do it. And then another person is like fully questioning if she knows what she's doing. And it's like all the people who question me about my medication and my doctors and my health stuff. It's like, fuck, well, like, you jump on Google for 5 fucking minutes, yeah, and you think you know more than my fucking specialist, psychiatrist, doctor, and psychologist, and every other medical support person in my team. I don't have a lot of people in real life in person, but my medical support team probably is one of the best range of doctors in all of Melbourne. Like, I'm very lucky in that regard. And again, like I said, I told my psychiatrist this morning, we had Zoom, that I'd finished my uni and, you know, I'm going on my road trip, and how, for whatever reason, like, when I finished uni, I went into a more overwhelmed state than otherwise. And I told him about the incident at Big W. I was like, I was standing in the freaking chocolate aisle in Big W. I have so many things I had to get done and to buy and to do. I said, and yet I'm standing there calling every single person I know, hoping they're going to answer the phone to talk me down because I'm about to break into the biggest panic attack ever and I can't breathe, and it's like the entire world is closing in on me, and if somebody doesn't answer the phone, and then in this instant no one answered the phone, and everything starts to shut down, right? And when that happens, I need to stop whatever the fuck it is I'm doing and get out and get safe. And to me, safe is my car and my home, right? And I couldn't finish. Yeah. By the way, if you need me, just sort of like wave at me and I'll pause the video. All right. I don't even think you heard me. It's very quiet. Well, I'm very loud, so what do you know? Anyway, so maybe I should. It's like, I called the pharmacy. I'm like, before I actually come in for this stuff, I was like, I want to make sure you've got it in stock. Which they did. So thankfully, they only come in bottles of 10. That tells you something, doesn't it? All right, I'll start at the beginning. Well, yeah. Anyway, so I'm talking to my psychiatrist and telling him where I'm at and telling him about my Big W story and how I couldn't get any of the stuff I needed, and I needed to get out of the fucking store immediately, get in my car and get home, right? Before I just broke. Yeah, because I don't know what happens, right? I did tell him I feel better since getting health insurance. I was like, I cannot believe that I just didn't do this however long ago. But, you know, in all fairness, I've been paying for my university degree as I've been studying it, as I'm not actually entitled to any student loans in this country until I get citizenship. And I still have to call the government people and find out where they're at with fixing my birth certificate. Which I really need to do. It's in my diary, so yeah. Anyway, where am I at? It is so hot here in Melbourne, alright people? It is like 37 degrees. My air conditioning is on like super high. I was gonna say the fans are on, but they're actually not, my bad. So I told, it's like, it's so freaking hot. Don't do that, man. Anyway, and he asked me, obviously, you know, like the same questions of my mum and, well, I think my mum's the only other person that's actually asked me, I think, in a sense. He said, oh, some of my uni friends have, but it's like, never mind, I'm confusing myself. Where was I at? And then he asked me, you know, like, I've just finished a degree, obviously. Like, I'm going to graduate with a degree in psychology and philosophy with distinction. That's happening. Go me, look at me. I made it all the way through. And then I got health insurance. But again, I got to pay for it. And given the fact that I have health insurance, most importantly for psychiatric care, and I guess hospital care, because let's face it, I've again finished all of my surgeries. I've had like 3. Now I've got fucking insurance. What am I saying? I lose myself all the time, people, yeah? Anyway, so I have finished my degree. I'll graduate in June. And then he asked me about, you know, other stuff. And I said to him, you know, like, all of my friends at uni are back at uni. Like, classes started on the 4th of March. So this is it's Saturday, so week 1 just finished, yeah? And I was actually talking to a friend at uni this morning, and she was asking me, questions. And I said to her, we were talking about our overall WAM, grade for our psych units, Again, this friend is Gabriella? Something like that. I'm close, I think. I have my list of character names. I really should, I've got to print them out and put them next to me somewhere. Please stand me. I was like, I remember yours. It was much easier when I think I picked them myself. Which I also, on side note, find real funny, because technically I plan to have this website as one of those very hidden private vlogs that the internet would find, but people in my real life wouldn't know about. Ergo, I chose everybody's character names, But given who I am, given that's not what I'm about, and the fact that I literally, as I've since realised in very, very recent time, the last couple of weeks even, am not just a storyteller in the sense of that's my end goal for being on a stage, as a career, or these videos that I make, because I know I'm a storyteller in this sense, but storytelling to me, as I've always said, my sites are called Life's a Story, because every single thing that we do in our life, literally everything, the air tasker man sitting in my living room right now, for example, should he go away and talk to a friend or whatever later on and tell him he met this crazy woman who makes these videos like I do, that is a story, and he is the storyteller. Same as you. If you say, oh my god, I watched this woman live on YouTube, you should so subscribe to her, she's awesome. Thank you. I know, by the way. That's you being a storyteller. See? Very simple. It's not me thinking I'm like the most amazing person in the world. It's just I'm telling my story. And yeah, I am very happy that someone who knows what they're doing is here. I literally just went bleh and word vomited all of what I don't understand about technology out. I was like, bleh. I was like, please help me. And whatever I haven't put on the site, obviously I will pay for on the extra. That's a given, I think, And, thank God, I sent him pictures of the other laptop, and I was like, any chance you can fix this? And even I was like, if you happen to have the other kind of charger, can you please bring it so I can charge the laptop at least while you're here? Because I haven't wanted to buy the pieces to the charger. Even the pieces are $3.95 each, I think, So I think it'll go without saying I'll get a few. But shipping's $9, and I kind of want the thing fixed, By the way, while I've got it in my head, the other night I made a video wearing a new pink top, and I told a story about putting it on to show Andrew, to ask Andrew if he noticed what I immediately did. Well, I watched the video back and realized I never got to the point of that story. And I did see your comment. I'm sorry, your name's escaping me right now, but I did see your comment asking what it was I was talking about. So if you see this, the point to the story in the pink top was that my rib that was broken last year, right? I don't know if it's noticeable, it's still very much out, watch the videos of me with the broken rib. You can all see what I knew was happening in real time, which is I was not doing a single thing I was supposed to be doing, because that is my ego, right? Like I said, I talk about egos in the way that I do: higher, lower, human, spiritual, human, ego. Human, we're attached to things that, believe you me, I am a completely different version to who I am now to say who I was before I was put on disability. I was 100% that person that had the nicest house on the fucking street that I owned, and the cars and the travel and the, like, my goal was to buy my first house by the age of 21, and I did that, yeah? And I bought my second house by the age of 24. But it was like by 26, and again, if I say 26, let me think how old I am. Put it this way, I was on 2 years of temporary disability through my corporate job before I was put on disability and declared permanently disabled. And again, I said that to my psychiatrist this morning. I was like, Doc wants me to put this timeline together, and I'm like, the paperwork is this big. Yeah, I'm like, I have 20 years of medical documents that I've got to go through from just this country, yeah? And when I asked Mum if she had any medical records from when we were kids, I said to my shrink, I was like, Mum slipped further into denial than she used to be. I was like, because her immediate reaction and answer was, you were never ill as a child. And I'm just like, well, that's odd. I don't remember a fuck ton of it, but I know for sure as hell I was, yeah? But when it comes to my health, my mum is super weird, like really weird. God, I would give anything in the entire world if I could somehow convince her to smoke weed with me, right? That would be like the best present of my entire life, I reckon. To get my motherfucking stoned and get her to unwind and be like, hey, let's look at the big picture, yeah? Let's stop with the shit. I don't know. Thankfully, I'm at a point where I'm just like, said to my psychiatrist, I'm like, doesn't help me, but like I'm 38 years old, yeah? Like I'm fully used to it. It was not even however long ago. Again, watch my videos. Day 800. There's 365 days in a year. Day 800, do the math. And I'm at like past 2 years, yeah? And I'm extremely proud of myself. And I'm always super nervous when I tell certain people about my sites. And I guess it's the days where I am just in such severe distress, yeah? And I make my videos the way that I do because this is the point. And if you watch my therapy session, you'll have seen me talk about the fact that I'm fully not sharing it all, and I mean, it'll come when it comes, I guess, but I'm highly aware too. And more so now that I'm going through and printing and saving and printing every single freaking assignment and feedback from my unis. What the fucking what? Ooh. No. Oh, really? See, my screen is so broken, right? I'm just praying it's still working, because I can't actually see the little recordy thing because of the black thing through it, right? I'm kind of hoping maybe this technology wizard over here in my living room might be able to do something with my old Samsung. Maybe, because it works. The phone is totally fine. It just won't fucking charge past a certain point. And I really, really, really don't want to buy a new phone when I've now had 3 in the past fucking however many months and I dropped them. The only phone I want to buy is the Samsung S24 Ultra 1 terabyte fucking phone, and it's nearly $3,000, so I'm not going to do that. And since it's the only phone I want, I therefore don't want to buy one, yeah? And like, this phone isn't really the end of the world, but it's not the best either. Like, I truly am just praying this thing's on, if I'm honest, but it's not asking me to push the record button, because someone tried to call, and it's obviously set to do not disturb, but it happened when I was in therapy too. It comes up with this message, and it's like, the recording will be paused. Oh, I don't think I've ever read the end of it, because I'm now going to, I guess it probably says the recording will be paused if you take the call. which obviously would make sense that I don't take the call. Anyway, what the fuck do I know, yeah? I said to him, I was like, people like me make people like you a lot of money. I was like, because I went and bought a fucking new monitor to begin with when all I needed was to buy a different goddamn cord. That's like $40 tops if I go to JB Hi-Fi or Officeworks, and cheaper if I get it online. And instead I bought a monitor. Again, don't even like the new one. It doesn't have a stand. It's too fucking short. It's weird. Yeah, this is what happens when I buy shit in a panic. Yeah, for me, I get Xanax. Anyway, same thing. Stupid computer. I loved my other laptop. I didn't realize how much I loved my other laptop until I bought this one and really don't like it. And I've been, obviously, like I said, word vomited everything out about all the stuff that's causing my brain to hurt, yeah, and the stuff that I just need done immediately before I lose access to uni. Definitely the type of person though, like if I hire someone and they do a really good job, it just kind of goes without saying that I'm going to hire the same person, yeah? This man is very quiet. You wouldn't even know he was here. Anyway, it's going to be fun. I love watching videos back on days like today, right? Because I have noticed within myself a huge change just in how I'm talking, breathing, feeling, acting, and all of it. And I've been doing this, like I said, 800 days really, and have many videos where this has happened. And I've always, and again, same thing right now happening in real time, yeah, found it fascinating because I always, like, I'm making the video, yeah, because it's so noticeable within me. I think assume it's going to be as noticeable on the camera, and yet every time I've ever gone through this scenario, so to speak, and I've talked about it as it's happening, again, it's happened a few times, I watch the video back and it's not noticeable at all. So like I said, it will be interesting because I do have the Xanax bottle in front of me, which I haven't even opened it. I've been talking about it since I turned the camera on. I am very lucky I get my meds rebated, I tell you what though. Fun fact that I did not know, yeah? They prescribe, and I guess full disclosure, I know nothing about it except that when I asked my doctor, I mean, I think I know that it's stronger. I know it's like a Valium, but obviously I don't really know enough about it because I've never been like prescribed it before, yeah? And I asked my doctor to prescribe it to me, and I was like, I'm taking 2 Valium at a time, nothing's working, yeah? Like, my friends are like, the few friends I've got that are prescribed Valium, like uni friends especially, like end of like last trimester with assignments and exams and pressure and stuff, you can imagine, well, you don't have to imagine, watch the videos. That's kind of the point of the videos, yeah? How much Valium I'm taking. Like, I'm prescribed up to 3 a day. There's not even enough in a box if you want. Like, when I was getting my Webster packs, they literally couldn't even do 3 a day every day for the 4 weeks because the math doesn't work, yeah? So I asked my doctor to prescribe me Xanax instead, and she immediately shut it down. She was like, not a chance, doesn't happen, we don't prescribe it in this country. It is, she goes, it'll just get you high. But she goes, it's totally different, it gets you high, it's not worth it, I'm not doing it, no. And again, when I asked my psychiatrist about it, and I went in and explained these different details about like how I can't leave my house at times, yeah. Well, he actually thinks I've got panic disorder. He doesn't think that the panic and this anxiety that I go through is actually, like, it's not a symptom of something else. It's a, he said it multiple times today, panic disorder within itself. And he said for panic disorder, he is perfectly fine with prescribing me Xanax, yeah? Now, again, I know nothing about it, yeah? To put this in perspective, Valium, 5 milligrams per tablet, yeah? So he told me he was going to give me 1 milligram tablets. And I just heard the word 1 milligram, and immediately I responded, a bit like my doctor, I guess, immediate reaction. I responded to him going, my medication tolerance is extremely high. I said to him, I'm going to be honest. I said, is one actually going to do anything? I was like, can you not prescribe me a higher amount? I didn't even think of this until I've just said it out loud to you, eh? But I finally got someone to say, like, he said yes to me, and I immediately asked for something more. Interesting. I've got to say that. But in all fairness, true. Yeah, right? It is true. My tolerance to drugs is very high. But this is my fun fact. Whenever it was, I actually said that. Turns out 1 milligram Xanax is the only one that's available on the PBS, yeah? For those of you who don't live in this country, don't actually ask me is it pharmaceutical benefit scheme maybe? That's an absolute guess, don't hold me to that. PBS, basically I'm on a pension, it means I don't pay full price. The medication on this says full cost $39.15 for 10 tablets. Yeah, I paid $7.70 and I got 3 bottles obviously because I was prescribed 30. And he told me, 1 milligram is the only one. Anything higher, you're immediately going on to a private script. And again, like I said, that's like the $40 up there. And I got him to sort of explain it to me a bit. And anyway, the script literally says, take 1 or 2 tablets when required. And he said to me, I don't mind if you take up to 2 a day. He goes, I don't care if he goes, for panic disorder, you can take 1 a day. And he also said if I need scripts and I run out, I can just call the clinic and leave a message and he'll just send them through, like they did today with the e-scripts. And I won't be charged for that. I was charged $265 today, and I need to get a referral, and I totally forgot, until I get my referral, I don't get my rebate, but that's all right. My rebate is $180, I think the letter said, but I hope so, which will just pay for next fucking fortnight's health insurance, which I obviously told him to. So I found out what private hospital he admits to, which I'm not obviously going to share because I kind of, I didn't really think it through. And again, but like I said to my psychiatrist this morning, I was like, I do love the hospital I've been in before, as an inpatient. It really is. Even while I was in the fucking hospital, I remember me and the other patients talking about it, saying this is like a 5-star fucking hotel. They had like a 5-star Michelin chef cooking for us, yeah. I've absolutely no clue about the hospital I was told about this morning because I haven't looked at it. But again, like I said to him, I said it was it's so weird. I'm like, I actually didn't know this was going to happen. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. But what am I trying to say? As soon as I got the insurance in place, it was it's the safety blanket, the safety. I feel safe now, and like I said to him, I probably don't even need it. Just having it instantly makes me feel better. I was like, but I said to him, look, I don't know why, and it's something, look, and please, this is me. Always seek your own help, okay? Always, please go and get professional help if you need it. I'm obviously the biggest fan in the world. I love my medical support team, yeah? I told my psychiatrist this morning that I filmed my psychologist and my doctor's session, and I was like, literally, it's the same as what we're doing. This is how it started in COVID with my psychologist. I was like, but I want to film it. And I didn't quite have the guts to actually ask him. I think he was waiting for me to, almost. I don't know. So, like, my psychiatrist appointments are totally different to my psychology appointments, which is probably why I should fucking film them or go. Oh, thank you. This is why I do this, everybody. This is why I make the videos, yeah? Because when I learn this stuff, and then I'm like, oh, look at me, Liv, you thought of something. You know what I mean? Can't turn around, man, because my ear task is there, yeah? So we'll just walk backwards, all right? Go like this. And then we're going to have to ask really nicely. Because he was quite, like, interested, I reckon, when I told him about it. Because I said to him, this is my goal, my dream, my life, the reason I quit the drugs, the ice drugs, I guess you could say. I haven't quit all drugs, obviously. Again, clarify, obviously I'm the biggest advocate for weed, always going to be. It's the only rule I'm going to give my mother, eh? She's got no right or right to say one word about my weed smoking in my house, right? That will be fun. Actually, I won't say anything. I don't want to preempt her getting, you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm going to go outside for a cigarette. I am praying this is working because all I can see is a 2 or a part of a 2, I think. But I don't, well, it might be dots. Oh, it might be dots. Because I've been waiting for whatever it is that I can see to change, yeah. But nothing I'm looking at is asking me to push anything to record. All I can see is the stop and the pause button. So I have to be recording, I'm sure of it. So I do need to record. I won't say his name, but I'll put it down. Appointments to show the difference. To show the difference. And that's a good way to put it to him. I need to be able to show all of you the difference between what a psychologist and a psychiatrist. I can't even spell either. Bloody hell, of course I can't be a fucking one of them. I can't be a psychologist if I've just done 8 years studying it and passed a degree with it and I still fucking spell it incorrectly. So yeah, but that's really good. I need to email him that. That makes sense because they are so different, right? Between each of them, yeah? Today's one went really long, which is probably why it cost me as much as it did. But he's a really, really good guy. He's a really good guy. And I'm obviously feeling more and more comfortable with him, given that it has taken me this long to tell him, because I started seeing my psychiatrist when I needed to be diagnosed officially with the ADHD, yeah? And that was a month before my birthday in 2021. So it was a month before I started making these videos, if I recall correctly. I haven't gone back and watched them from the start. Like, I've watched all of them up until where I'm behind, which is, I actually don't know which ones I've seen and haven't seen, if I'm truthfully honest with you all. I kind of just watch random ones whenever, like today's one, for example, I want to watch it because I want to see the difference for myself. But yeah, like, I don't know, it's just, everything's feeling really good, and I'm just so ready to get in my car and go, if I'm honest. But again, like I said to my friend and my mum and my psychiatrist and to you, I can't come back to my house the way it is, and I could clean it in the sense that I can put everything back in the cupboards exactly the way that it was, and it'd be nice and proper and fine and clean, but it wouldn't really. It'd still be a mess behind closed doors or behind the cupboards, and that is what I'm doing, yeah? Because I'm still living according to the fact of, I want my house able to be packed up and put into a storage container relatively easy whenever I'm given notice. And so therefore I want all of this shit done ASAP, and I'm in the process of it. It's just that the more I sort, the more I find, it seems, you know. I am starting to get knackered, I'm going to be honest. I really don't know how long I've been talking for. Again, probably haven't finished all of the stories. Very happy about my Xanax, I'm going to be honest. Alright, I'm going to give you as an example. If you get to this part in the video, I guess you're going to learn something. When I say I'm not always fully telling it all, here's a good example, yeah? In my head, my ego, and again, I was talking to my friend who understands the relationship and the connection between me and Mr. X, yeah? And I was like, there are certain terms I don't use anymore because of how badly they're misconceived now. And I guess now that I'm saying that, maybe ego is, I don't know, I adopted from Eckhart Tolle because it was how it worked at the time for me to make it make sense, eh? I'm still trying to make it make enough sense to one day be able to actually teach or help people, you know. But the example is, I got the prescription, yeah. Now my shrink and doctor, they don't talk to each other via prescription stuff. My doctor isn't going to know unless I tell her, right? And there is a part of me that's like, not sure I want to do that, because it almost feels like, you know, when you go to your mum and she says no, and then you go to your dad and he says yes, kind of thing. I don't, like, you know what, hopefully, you know, that's not being weird, but same sort of thing, because I asked her first and she said no, absolutely not, and I did therefore ignore her and ask my psychiatrist. In all fairness though, they train completely differently, and I explained everything to him that I've had with her, and I obviously asked for it for a reason. There's absolutely no point taking fucking 2 or 3 Valium at a goddamn time if it's not working, yeah? And I didn't take one just for the hell of it, because I'm not an idiot, obviously. I do take my medication correctly, but I need it. Do you know what I mean? When I need it. I've got no idea, again, like how long I've been talking, but I'm going to get off here, go and check on this man. And yeah. That's me for now. If I haven't finished any video stories, please put them in the comments. Please subscribe and like my video if you liked it. And thank you for coming back. Talk later. Bye.